Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another PlayStation review. Today I'm looking at Nightclub Manager Simulator. Now this is a PlayStation 4 game, but the footage you're seeing is me on my PlayStation 5. Right, this is another simulator game. It seems like the PlayStation Store is littered on a weekly basis with simulator games. Now, I like simulator games. I play a lot of simulator games, but I must admit I'm getting a bit jaded with some of them that come into the store that are of low quality, and I think that's fair to say. So I'm a little bit more reserved now when I am considering purchasing a simulator game because there'll be one that'll come in the store that'll be themed around quarantine or border crossings or something like that, and then the store will be littered with 2 or 3 other versions of that game, and it's just rinse and repeat to diminishing quality, it would seem. But this is the first time I've seen a nightclub manager game simulator come into the store. So I was interested because I like to try out new simulator games that seem like they could have some fun mechanics. And this one did seem interesting. Now, as you've probably guessed, you are in charge of your own nightclub. So it's all set up for you to start. Initially, it's just you running your nightclub, so you've got to do everything. You've got to serve the customers as they're coming in. You've got to determine what the ticket price is. And then you've got to sort out the bar. You've got to order the drinks and then serve customers as and when they want serving. You've got to sort out the... When I say music, what I mean is basically the music is playing constantly, but it will quite often break down the music system. So you've got to rush over to it to do a little mini game to get it working again. And you've got to do all the cleaning of the toilets and the dance floor and the carpeted areas, all that kind of stuff. So that essentially is your work shift early on in the game, and it's rinse and repeat. So you earn money from, obviously, ticket prices from people entering the nightclub and serving drinks. But there's not a lot of customers. Even as, it would seem to me anyway, even as you progress and increase your reputation or level up, it doesn't seem to be a great deal of customers coming into the nightclub. Put it this way, if this was a real nightclub in your city, it would be very, very sad because there's barely anybody in there and there's barely anybody on the dance floor. So it would be a bit of a sad state of affairs. So that is really what you do here with this game. There's a couple of other little things that you do. There will be people that will start fights within your club, and you've got to go up and determine which one you've got to boot out. It's not difficult because they are kind of got like a red outline on them, which tells you that they're the aggressor. So you just click on them and say, yes, I want to throw this person out, and out they go. However, sometimes it doesn't let you do that, and the only thing you can do is throw out the one that wasn't causing trouble, which then has a hit on your reputation, so to speak. So, I mean, that's the main issue, I think, with this game is some of the things that just don't really make the game fun. For example, as I've said, some things don't work particularly well when you're chucking people out of the club. Sometimes it won't let you chuck the right person out of the club. And there are some dirty buggers. Even though there's not many of them in your nightclub, there's some dirty buggers that constantly are messing up your nightclub and your toilets. So you spend your whole evening really mostly cleaning up rubbish, and it's not good. You could literally finish cleaning one toilet, move on to the next, and when you finish cleaning the second toilet, the first one's dirty again, even though nobody's been in it. And when I say dirty, it's just really dirty footprints that they're leaving in the toilet. And that's kind of what you're doing. You're going around looking for things to tidy up, clean up, and it's a constant thing that you do in the cleaning up, and it's just not fun, just cleaning up all the time. Now, you can eventually you can hire people to work at your bar, and you can hire people to work as the hostess, i.e. serving people as they're arriving, which does make the game a little bit easier earlier on, even though you can only afford to kind of buy the cheapest person, so they're not very good at the job. But nevertheless, it kind of eases the pressure on you. But then all you're doing then is literally cleaning up. But then you can also, later on in the game, you can hire a DJ of varying qualities. You can hire cleaners, and you can hire a guard. So ultimately, when you've hired everybody, they will do all this work for you. So I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do then. Just sit and watch them? I don't know. I didn't get that far in the game, if I'm being particularly honest. There's a whole array of different drinks for you to order within your bar. So people will ask for a certain drink. If you give them the right drink that they're asking for, you'll get paid and your reputation will go up. So it's really quite a simple gameplay loop that we're talking about here. There are some customization elements as well. As you level up, you'll be able to customize, the style of the nightclub, the dance floor, the toilets, the tables, the sofas and chairs. You'll be able to upgrade all of them. But for me, the biggest problem here is earning enough money to be able to do that, because if there was a steady stream of people coming into your nightclub and you're charging them, I don't know, $10 a throw, or even $20 a throw, which is what I was doing at some point, your money could go up a decent amount, and then you've got more people coming to the bar and you're serving them and making more money again. But the early gameplay here is not fun, because there's not a great deal of money to be made, and you just find yourself running about the nightclub cleaning up rubbish and dirty footprints and crushed up cans and all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't make the game a fun gameplay loop, so to speak. But there's definitely potential here, and there's definitely an interest to carry on playing, so that you can hire all these people you want to hire to the club and upgrade the nightclub to how you want it to be. But it's nothing special. It really isn't. It's not a great game, which is why I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. Check it out if you like simulator games and you haven't tried one like this before. Let me know your thoughts if you're going to buy this game, if you're thinking of buying it. My recommendation would be to wait for a sale. It's not an expensive game. It's only about I think it was $9.99 in the PlayStation Store, so it's not expensive. It's not going to break the bank or anything like that, but also at the same time, it's not a game that you kind of, you're going to be really, I think, super enjoying sort of playing this game. It's just, it's quite basic, I think. So that's my thoughts on Nightclub Manager Simulator. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found the review useful, and I will, of course, be back with plenty more content on the channel very, very soon.